Hey everyone, this is the second part of 1E. These are notes over 1E. And we've already done notes and some practice over exponents with base and raising numbers to a power. And now we're going to do the second part of 1E, which is following our order of operations to figure out problems. So, order of operations is just some rules about what order we do our problems in. If we don't have an order to do the problems in, we have a big long string of pieces of a problem to do, and we don't do them in the same order, then we won't always get the same answer. And so mathematicians have come up with a hierarchy or an order way to do those. And we're going to remember this order by remembering a memory phrase. So the memory phrase is please, and you've probably heard this before, excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And so these remind us that the first thing that we're going to do in any problem is we're going to look for parentheses. And we'll do anything that's in the parentheses first. That'll be our first priority. Once we've taken care of anything in parentheses, we're going to do our exponents. And we'll work out any of the problems that have an exponent or that are raised to a power next. After that, we're going to multiply or divide. This is or. This is not an order. It'll be either multiply or it will be divide. And that's in order as it comes in the problem. So from left to right in order. So sometimes you'll be dividing first, and sometimes you'll be multiplying first. It just depends what problem comes first in your list of problems. And then finally, Aunt and Sally, and I bet you already know that those are for addition, or again, subtraction. So adding or subtracting, again, in order from left to right. So again, sometimes we'll do a subtraction problem first, other times we'll do an addition problem first, just whichever is most left in the problem. Okay, so this is going to help us remember what order we do our problems in. And now we can go ahead and fold our notes here so that we'll be able to glue these into our journal after we're done. These should be the next page in your journal is when you're done with these notes. So we're going to practice a few of these problems here. Simply open up. I'm going to fold mine backwards just so that I have some room here to show you how to do these problems. So I'm going to remind myself that I'm going in this order. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Parentheses, then exponents, then multiply or divide, then add or subtract. So if we look at a problem like this one, this is a prime example of if you didn't have an order of operations where you might get different answers. Because as we look at this problem, some people would be tempted to do 36 minus 18 first, since it's listed first, and then they would divide by 6. But we know, because of our order of operations, we have to do our multiplying or dividing before we do our adding or subtracting, and that will give us a different answer than if we did it the other way around. So check for parentheses, there aren't any. Check for exponents, there aren't any. Check for multiplication or division problems, and we have one right here. So 18 divided by 6 gives us 3. So we've taken care of the 18 divided by 6, but we still have to subtract that amount from 36. We still have this 36 minus whatever the quotient of this problem is. So now 36 minus 3 would give us 33. And so our answer is 33. Again, if we had done this the other way around, 36 minus 18, we would have gotten 18, and then divided by 6, our answer would have been 3. So that's quite different than what we got when we followed the order of operations. All right, well, let's look at our next problem over here. We've got 7 plus 24 divided by 6 times 2. This is a division symbol, not a plus symbol. So we check for parentheses. Nope, don't see any. We check for exponents. Multiply or divide in order from left to right. So here's the first multiply or divide problem right here. It's right in the middle of the problem. So we know the 7 plus isn't going to change, but the 24 divided by 6, that's the first multiply or divide problem we see, and 24 divided by 6 is 4, and then we still got this times 2. So we've taken care of one multiply or divide. Now we're going to look again. Parentheses, note. Exponents, note. Multiply or divide. Yep, we've got one. So we're going to take care of this 4 times 2. 4 times 2 is 8. And we still have to add that 7. And so we know that 7 plus 8 is 15. All right, so let's look at the next one here. Now we've got something a little bit different. We've got 11 plus 2 to the third power times 5. So I still don't see any parentheses, but I do see an exponent, so I have to take care of that next. So 2 to the third power means 2 times 2 times 2. It doesn't mean 2 times 3. Don't make that mistake, that very common mistake. This means 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So 2 to the third power is 8. All right, so we've taken care of our exponents. Now we're going to look for multiplying and dividing. Sure enough, we've got one right here. Here's a multiplication problem. So 8 times 5 is 40. And then we still need to add in our 11. So 11 plus 40 would give us 51. So our answer to this problem is 51. All right, I'm going to pause this video. I'd like you to try the next 3 and then log on to the next video and see how you did on those. But try those 3 on your own.